A lot of European institutions offer unpaid internships. In this house, almost 20% of MEPs do not pay their interns. In the European Commission, in some DGs, there are up to 60% of interns who are unpaid. And in EU delegations, almost everybody is unpaid.
My name is Nikolai. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Bulgaria, a law graduate. Currently, I'm doing the Blue Book traineeship.
I've been a trainee for 8 months with an MEP at the European Parliament, and I was unpaid. I'm a trainee at the Council and I'm unpaid.
I am an unpaid unknown.
I'm an unpaid trainee for an MEP of the European Parliament.
So basically, throughout these 4 years, I managed to do 12, as far as I recall, unpaid internships.
Well, I sometimes ask myself when it would start that I can say, okay, I'm doing a job and I'm actually getting at least so much out of it that I can pay for myself.
What can I say? And at some point, I totally lost trust in humanity, to be honest. Especially when I took a look back and realized how much effort I put in that.
My father, he has to pay my rent and he also has to give me some money. And I don't like to be dependent of my father, and I have 2 older siblings, so he also has to spend a lot of money for them, and I kind of have a bad conscience about it.
The EEAS employs over 700 unpaid interns a year, resulting in hundreds of thousands of hours of unpaid labor. Despite the EU supposedly championing human rights and fair working conditions, this policy is elitist, exclusionary and unacceptable.
Hi, my name is David Leo Hyde. I was an unpaid intern at the United Nations in Geneva. Not many leaders will publicly defend unpaid internships. They're almost undefendable. They're elitist, they're discriminatory, they're exclusionary. They need to come to an end. So I think it's really important, the role which movements like the EPSA Subcommittee and other groups play, because they make sure that these leaders who might publicly say they disagree with unpaid internships, they make sure the leaders actually enact change, a change in policy.
In my office, there are some problems because we are 3 trainees and we don't have an office for ourselves, so we always have to work in the iTech. His assistants try to explain to us that they want to show more people some side of the parliament, and that's the reason why he has 3 interns, and if he would only have 1 intern, he would pay him or her.
2 years ago, another unpaid intern laid a complaint against the EEAS with the EU Ombudsman, a complaint that still hasn't been resolved over 2 years later. The Ombudsman has now called for a meeting with the EEAS to discuss this issue. I hope when they meet that the EEAS listens to our voices and the voices of the millions of young people who want experience working within the EU institutions but cannot afford to work for 3 months on end.
And we really hope to see all these others change, whether it's the UN, whether it's the European Union, they've got some institutions still not paying, whether it's the Council of Europe, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, I mean the list goes on. These are organizations which should be standing up for our human rights. So we really need to see them change.
As a solution to this problem, I think that the interns should be given a kind of minimum wage to cope with the high cost of living. Well, one solution for me would be that there should be an adoption of a principle for all the institutions of the European Union representing the values of the European Union to say we do not have unpaid traineeships.
The young people of Europe are facing a severe ongoing unemployment crisis. Unless the EU steps up and starts to stand by its own values regarding youth employment and quality internships, then we risk having our entire generation lose faith in the European Union as a viable institution.